here at Northern Lebanon High School here from Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania for this exciting Lancaster-Lebanon Section 4 matchup featuring the Northern Lebanon Vikings and the Annville Cleona Dutchman. Hi everybody, I'm Ben Shad alongside our fantastic Lebco Sports live streaming crew. A fun one between two developing teams out of Lank Leb Section 4, still trying to find their footing as they have both gone through some transitions in the past couple of years now with a very broad mix of players from different classes all coming together here on this court tonight, and both these teams coming off of big losses. First for Annville Cleona, they are in the midst of a 9-game losing streak right now, an overall record of 2-10 on the year. Their last game on January 9th at home against Lancaster Mennonite, a 61-39 defeat. The 9th game in that 9-game losing streak in their 2-10 record. It's been hard coming for points when it comes to the Dutchmen, averaging 38.75 a game for and 54.6 against. This team went 12-10 last year, 5-5 in Section 4 play, trying to right the ship. Coached by Jason Coletti in their 8th season, a young roster that saw two 1,000-point scorers graduate last year. Alicia Slobach, currently at Lycoming for basketball, playing for the Annville Cleona alum Mark Lineball. And John Shea, who was an all-around athlete, football was his primary sport, committed to Shippensburg but not on the roster currently. That Raiders roster, for anybody who's a fan of college football in central Pennsylvania, knows that that is going to be a tough roster to crack, but we wish Shea all the best. Hudson Sellers is leading the team right now in scoring, averaging 9.9 points a game. He's the only senior on this team who was recently named an All-State Defensive Lineman by the PA Writers Association for his work in football as well. Sophomores James Garney, who stands at 6'4", and John Ditzler, who stands at 5'3", they also provide some scoring pop in that lineup as well. Be interesting to see what the Dutchmen come up with in tonight's game. Meanwhile, for Northern Lebanon, they're 5-8 on the year, 2-3 in Lank Leb Section 4, currently sitting in the 4th spot in the section standings. Under the tutelage of first-year head coach Franklin Wilson, it's a big change for this Northern Lebanon program. They're led by sophomore Carter Moyer, who has been absolutely deadly from beyond the arc, resulting in several 20-plus point games this season. All eyes will be on him. He is one of our players to watch for this Northern Lebanon squad. But there's some other players in support as well. Seniors Andrew Vi offers a strong secondary scoring option as well. Sophomore Ryan Clemmer, he is also developing in this system. Be interesting to see if he has a strong second half to the season. And this team, they can score. They had a 93-point outburst against Biglerville not too long ago on December 27th. But the problem with this team is that they are still trying to find their game plan, find their consistency, and defense has been a big thing. They're averaging 56.3 points per game in scoring, but letting up 58.5. And there's been a lot of lopsided scores when you look at this Vikings schedule for this past year, but looking for a strong second half of the season. Both these teams still in search of their first win here in 2026. Want to wish all of you a Happy New Year. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and step aside, and when we come back, we'll have starting fives for both teams for you in just a bit right here on Lebco Sports Live.
going?
Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, getting you back in the holiday mood.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Until it isn't. This holiday season, when an unexpected accident happens, turn to urgent care at OAL for immediate access to orthopedic specialists, quick evaluations, and on-site x-rays and MRIs.
Is it going?
Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, getting you back in the holiday mood.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
Welcome you back here to Lebco Sports Live here from Northern Lebanon High School here in Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. Lineups and anthem have been played. We are just about ready for tip-off here from Northern Lebanon. The Vikings in their home white uniforms today with the blue and yellow Vikings across the front. Blue and yellow numbers on the front and backs of those jerseys with blue accents along the piping and sides of those jerseys. Annville Cleona in the red uniforms today with the white Dutchman across the front. White numbers on the front and backs of those jerseys with black accents throughout. On the tip for Annville Cleona and winning it is the 6'6 sophomore James Garnier. We are underway here from Northern Lebanon High School as Annville Cleona start with the ball. Working it through is Peters. He gives it out. We'll get you the starting fives for both teams in just a second. On it right now is our player to watch, Hudson Sellers, the senior 6'3 forward. And a whistle as we have an early injury by the looks of it. As Ditzler was under some contact at one point in there and looked a bit awkward. So he will take a seat on the bench, and we will already have a first substitution. It's Zari Hogue, the 6'even junior, who will check in early on. So not a good sign for the Dutchmen, who again are trying to get off the 9-game losing streak that they are currently on. So they will go ahead and inbound underneath the cup. It's Danny Shea to do the honors. He kicks to the near side wing. It's Peters. Gives into the middle. There's Sellers again. Or nope, excuse me, that's James Garney going up and getting the early bucket as the Dutchmen strike first. Now we'll see Northern Lebanon get to work. The Vikings trying to get things going. Here's Vi at the top. Vi looking. Gives it to the near side. Now it's Erdman. Erdman trying to buy some space on that far side wing. It's Vi again. Long three off the face of the rim. No good. Rebound taken away there by Vi yet again. Vi looks, gives to the inside. Now back out. Back down low. Just kept alive on the baseline, but given away to Lane Peters. He'll head the other way for the Dutchman. Peters trying to put on some moves, lost the ball temporarily, now throws the elbows, is double teamed, and we have a double dribble violation, and that will be Northern Lebanon basketball. Starting five for the Vikings looks like this. The 5'10 sophomore guard wearing number 2, Ryan Clemmer. The 5'10 senior guard wearing number 4, Cale Erdman. Our player to watch, number 13, the 6'1 sophomore guard, Carter Moyer. Number 23, the 5'8 senior guard, Andrew Vian. The 5'11 sophomore guard wearing number 24, Landon Copenhaver. On it right now is Vi. He's been quarterbacking the plays. The corner three, high up in the air. Taking in that rebound was Garney. Northern Lebanon still in search of their first points. As we have a foul here. Looks like it'll go against Northern Lebanon's Andrew Vi. Just a little too stout on defense, so the Annville Cleona Dutchman will repossess. We'll go ahead and get you their starting five. Good sign is Ditzler's back out on the floor for Annville Cleona. So whatever knock that he took early on, and he's since recovered and is at least testing things out. So the Dutchman try to get to work as this one falls to the floor. Nobody can get to it, and dodging the trip was Moyer. Here he comes up the floor, trying to drop that one off now for Vi. Vi, as the Dutchman try to establish the zone, and a whistle, and I believe a timeout taken by Northern Lebanon. Want to remind you folks that we'd like to thank the Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster for sponsoring our inaugural season of Lebco Sports Live coverage. Serving the bone, joint, and muscle needs of the region since 1972, Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster provides experienced, specialized orthopedic care to Lancaster and surrounding communities. With convenient locations in Lancaster, Lebanon, Spooky Nook, Willow Street, and Ephrata, working as a team with each patient, their experts deliver personalized treatment and support that always puts patients first. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is proud to offer accessible, compassionate care close to home. As the area's first walk-in orthopedic urgent care facility, they understand how critical and timely care is after an injury. Orthopedic Urgent Care offers prompt evaluation, diagnosis, and often immediate treatment by orthopedic specialists, eliminating the need for an emergency room visit. No appointment necessary, and most insurances are accepted. Vikings to inbound out of the timeout. They get it out to Vi yet again. He's been quarterbacking early on here for the Vikings. Gives to the near side. It's Moyer. Back out to Vi. He's able to get that one through. Gives down low to Bryce Martin. He kicks the outside. Corner three on the way. Off the inside of the rim and out. And another strong rebound there from Hudson Sellers. Now we can finally get to the Dutchman starting five. John Ditzler, the sophomore 5'4" guard, wears number 0. Lane Peters, the 6'2" junior guard, wears number 10. As that one does not go, taken away by the Vikings, going the other way, down low in the post, putting it up, and finally getting it to go. It's Bryce Martin, the man off the bench, gets the first points for Northern Lebanon. junior forward, currently has us tied up at 2 apiece. 5.5 left to go here in the first. Here's Ditzler the other way. Gives out to Sellers. Now on that far side wing, charging on and going up, denied by the glass. Kept alive, though, by the Dutchman down low. Trying to get that scoop is Peters. Unable to do so, and the Vikings get the rebound. Near side, it's Erdman. Giving ahead to Vi. Vi is double and triple teamed. The ball is tied up, and they'll call a jump ball before the heel of Peters went out of bounds. As the possession arrow belongs to Northern Lebanon. A couple more substitutes come on the floor. Danny Shea, the 6'2 sophomore forward, and James Garney, the sophomore 6'6 center, wearing numbers 20 and 21 respectively. And then Hudson Sellers, our player to watch for the Dutchman, wears number 44. He is the 6'3 senior forward. Thank you all so much for tuning in. A little bit late start today as JV were in not so much a close battle as the 3 ball here from the corner just does not fall. And you can see the Vikings have been trying to push that ball from beyond the arc and have not found the stroke just yet. As Annville Cleona actually won the JV matchup between these two teams 48-22. Clemmer looks to inbound. He airs it out to that far side wing. Vikings working it around. To the near side now, Martin. Brandon Hoffer checking in. Here he is with the ball, trying to knife his way through the paint, and it's a giveaway. Sending the Dutchman the other way. Ditzler will go ahead and slow things down. He gives into the corner. Trying to keep it alive is Peters, and he does. Gives on the inside. Couple of stutter steps from Garney. Eventually gets that one away, and Sellers was denied. Couldn't get the shot away. Mid-range shot is put up. That doesn't fall. Sellers another rebound and another foul against Northern Lebanon. This one will go against Clemmer. A couple more substitutes come on. Zari Hogue re-enters, giving Lane Peters some rest. Here is Ditzler trying to take it up the floor. 2-2 our score. Defense, name of the game early on. Northern Lebanon trying to find that 3 ball. Ditzler, meanwhile, takes it coast to coast, but couldn't get the finish. The rebound, fadeaway, and one for James Garney. He'll shoot one more from the line. Foul goes against Christian Onspach, the sophomore guard. We'll go ahead and get a look at that. Great effort from Ditzler. He goes on in, and then that tall frame of Garney, 6'6", the fadeaway as he's falling to the floor, gets it to go, and he converts the and one to make it a 5-2 score for the Dutchman. Northern Lebanon looking for answers. That pass deflected, kept alive by Vi. Near side, Clemmer. Back to the top now for Vi. Back to Clemmer, thinking about it. Vikings have no interest on getting inside, and of course, now they try and get this one down low. Nothing doing, so they get it out to Moyer. Cross-court pass here to the near side corner. Northern Lebanon just forced to the outside right now. Another one to the corner. Step back 3 on the way, and that one doesn't fall for Clemmer. Rebound taken away by Annville Cleona. Again, it's Garney. He'll give to Ditzler. Ditzler gets the play from head coach Jason Coletti. Dutchmen also have Joe Shea and Brandon Hurd as assistants. As we mentioned before, the Vikings led by Frank Wilson Jr. with Frank Wilson Sr. as an assistant. So that shot doesn't go for Sellers, but a foul underneath the bucket. But this one will go against the Dutchman, and over the back foul, it looks like. We'll see exactly who it's on. Looks like James Garney is the guilty party. Sean Burke and Anthony Townsend, the other assistant coaches for Northern Lebanon, as a couple more changes fire off that bench. Inbound goes the way of Andrew Vi. He looks. Gives to the near side now into the corner. Moyer trying this side. He's on the baseline. Manages to get that pass away. It's Vi through the paint. Can't get it up. goes out, and the referees will discuss it. The back judge has something to say about this. It'll be interesting. You typically don't see the referee who's all the way at the scorer's table come down to make the decision. No official signal just yet, and now they do say that is Dutchman basketball. 2:24 left to go here in the first. 5-2 our score. Inbound goes the way of Ditzler. He corrals it. Tries to give to Sellers. His pass deflected. Northern Lebanon with the takeaway. Give to the outside on Spock. Lost it, and it bounced off of him last, so it will be Annville Cleona basketball. Max Ortwine to inbound, the 6'3 sophomore. And actually, he gives way to Sellers. To the near side now, Peters. Gives ahead to Hogue, and that one goes out. And now we'll stay with the Vikings. So both these teams still trying to find their footing on offense. It's been a lot of wasted possessions, some missed shots for Northern Lebanon. Dutchman so far wanting to get the interior scoring going. Pass to the far side wing. Now back to the top for Vi. He looks, draws a double team, gives to the outside. Erdman, he'll try from deep. And finally, the Vikings get that deep ball they've been looking for. And it ties this game up at 5 apiece with a $1:43 left to go here in the first. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll go ahead and step aside real quick. Be right back for you here on Lebco Sports Live after this.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Until it isn't. This holiday season, when an unexpected accident happens, turn to urgent care at OAL for immediate access to orthopedic specialists, quick evaluations, and on-site x-rays and MRIs.
Is it going?
Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, getting you back in the holiday mood.
Thank you for
Welcome you back here to Lebco Sports Live. We'd like to thank YG Productions for making our coverage possible in our first season. Whether you're looking for photos or videos to remember your big event or want to stream live to your fans, YG Productions has you covered. They will put in the time and effort required to make your project something special. Visit their website and see their portfolio at ygproductions.org. Ben Shad here alongside our fantastic Lebco Sports live streaming crew. 5-5 our score in this Section 4 matchup between the Northern Lebanon Vikings and the Annville Cleona Dutchmen. Timeout taken by head coach Frank Wilson Jr. of the Vikings after his team made the three that they have been desperately searching for. Now a broken play on the defense, but a block up high, rebound taken away. That doesn't fall. They currently fight for it. Dutchmen get it back. At the top with it is Peters, gives it out. Thinking one way then the other is Sellers. He gives to Ditzler. Ditzler will try from deep, and that one falls short. Rebound collected by Hogue. Strong offensive board here for the Dutchman. Keeps them in business. Ditzler sensing a double team. Gets that pass down low through the paint, and an offensive foul against Hudson Sellers. So he tried to charge in, but was just a little too strong going in, and he gets hit with the foul. Go ahead and take a look at that. As you can see, Sellers gets it and just kind of leaned that shoulder a little too far in. Defenseman was set, and that was enough to draw the eye of the referee. Just the second team foul to the Dutchman this quarter, so don't think we'll have any bonuses here in the opening frame. 5-5 our score, under a minute left to go. Northern Lebanon can get the momentum back their way with a bucket here. Hoffer down low, kept alive, into the corner. Three ball on the way, off the face of the rim, no good. Great rebound there by Hogue. He'll go the other way with it. He'll settle down as he breaks the timeline. Hogue looks, gives to Ditzler. Ditzler staring his man down. 30 seconds left to go. Ditzler gives to the far side wing. With it on the near side now. Trying to charge through. It's stripped from behind. Ditzler picks it off the floor. And now a timeout taken by head coach Jason Coletti. a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it with you here. I want to remind you folks that LebcoSports.com serves as the leading source for Lebanon County athletic news. Our mission is simple, to celebrate our local athletes. We'd like to thank them and Dan Rao for their support this season. We'd also like to thank Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster for being our scoreboard and player of the game sponsor. Thanks to them, all of our players will receive a Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster t-shirt and 2 free tickets to the Lancaster Stormers. Have to keep an eye out for who we might pick for that one at the end of the night tonight. Right now, James Garney leading the way. He has all 5 of the Dutchman's points. Not many to come by at this moment right now for Annville Cleona or for Northern Lebanon. We'll have to see if the offense will open up at any point as this one continues. Out of the timeout, Dutchman inbounds. Ball down low. They give it out. Ditzler goes through the paint, puts it up. That one no good. Rebound collected by Northern Lebanon. Cross-court pass finds Max Ortwine. 5 seconds left. He gets it out to Hogue. Hogue, the 3 at the buzzer. Too strong. Rebound collected by the Vikings. And that will take us to the end of the first. Defense, the name of the game so far, as we are tied at 5 here at the end of the first. We'll go ahead and get a look at some of the first quarter highlights. Not that there were too many, but that was Clemmer getting the scoring duck broken for the Vikings. Then it was Ditzler making his way through the paint with this nifty shot. The rebound taken away by Garney. He's able to put it back on the fadeaway, converted the and one. And then this 3-ball here from Erdman tied things up from beyond the arc as the Vikings finally found their perimeter game. As we have a fresh 8 on the clock, we'll go ahead and step aside for a quick break. Be right back for you here on Lebco Sports Live.
Joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
Welcome you back here to Lebco Sports Live. Annville Cleona with possession out of the break. This pass down low, put up, and another and one for James Garney. He has all of Annville Cleona's 7 points right now, with 8 about to enter his hands right now. Foul is against Clemmer. We'll get another look at it. The toss down low. And he's just using that size to his advantage. Got the contact. You can see the Northern Lebanon bench wasn't too happy with it. We'll see if we can get a better look here. As yeah, that hand did just swipe down from Clemmer for a second. As Garney made the and one yet again. So he has all of Annville Cleona's 8 points on the board right now. Vikings trying to work on the inside. The 2 doesn't go. A strong rebound from Vi. He just flew out of nowhere. We'll drop it off. Moyer goes up off the glass and good. Carter Moyer responds with his first bucket, and will that get him going in this one? Vikings get it back on the steal. 3-ball on the way, off the base of the rim, no good. Sellers comes in with the rebound. 8-7 Dutchman. This one taken away down low. Another cross-court pass doesn't go. Toss into the corner. 3-ball again on the way. Too strong. Rebound fought for, kept alive, but nobody home for the pass from Clemmer. And the Dutchman will maybe slow things down here in the second. Kick to the near side. It's Ortwine. Thinking about it. Will let his team get set up. Gives to the top for Sellers. Now on the far side with it is Shea. In down low, Ditzler puts it up, no good. Rebound fought for, will bounce out of bounds, and they will say that ball belongs to the Vikings. So again, 8-7 our score, but already starting to see some signs of offensive life here in the second quarter as opposed to the first. Vikings with it here on the near side. Erdman looks, Gives to the top. Vi had to go back for it. Vi trying to break the zone. It's intercepted. Dutchman come away with another one. Ditzler working off the screen. Throws that one down low for Garney. Garney back to the top for Sellers. Down low again, and that's going to be a foul, I believe. Foul is against Bryce Martin. That's his first, team's second. So just results in possession underneath the cup. Ortwine looks, gives to the corner for Ditzler. He'll spot up the three. Cash money! John Ditzler from beyond the arc. And it's a two-possession lead for Annville Cleona, 11-7 our score. Vi with it at the top. Erdman back to Vi again. So far this 2-3 zone is stymieing the Vikings. Martin gets it out of the corner. Now to Erdman. Now the far side for Vi. Vi looks, puts on the move, charging on in, kicks it out to Erdman. Erdman sees a route, tries to go down low, and his foot did just go out of bounds. And that will be Dutchman ball yet again. This 2-3 zone from head coach Jason Coletti has just caused all sorts of problems for Northern Lebanon. They have no answer for this defense from the Dutchman. Toss goes the way of Danny Shea. Gives back to Ditzler. Ditzler eventually breaks the timeline, gets that pass away to Sellers. Back outside now. Perimeter ball stolen away. Here comes Vi. He'll go up, and his kiss off the glass doesn't go. It's out of bounds, and that will be Dutchman basketball. Oh, my goodness. Vi had an open cup to drop that one in and just didn't get the right roll off the finger. And the referee's at the scorer's table. As we have a correction on the score, it's 5:02, not 5:12. So I think we lost some seconds. Referees maybe didn't blow the whistle. Either way, play ready to resume. With it now is Ortwine. He gives to Ditzler, trying to air that one out all the way. Cross-court pass taken away. Now it's on the floor. They fight for it in the paint. Still on the floor. And eventually Ditzler comes in and is able to try and get possession back. But now it's spiked free. Erdman goes up and one. Cale Erdman. And a badly needed bucket there for the Vikings. Foul goes against Shea, as this was just a wild sequence, but it's Erdman who just streaks through, goes all the way up. That little bit of contact from Shea was enough for the foul. Now Erdman with a chance for the and one. It's put up and it rattles out. Rebound collected by the Vikings. Tough bucket put up by Bryce Martin. So despite the miss from Erdman, Martin actually gets two, and we're all tied up at 11 apiece. 4.5 left to go here in the second on that far side. With it is Shea. To the top now, Ortwine. Near side, given down low to Sellers. The scoop and the score! Hudson Sellers checks in with a beautiful underhanded scoop and got the points and one to boot. Foul goes against Martin. Sellers with an opportunity for the three-point play and lead. Is shot off the base of the rim, no good. The rebound collected and another foul underneath. This time it'll be Ortwine shooting two. And already Northern Lebanon on 4 fouls. This one goes against Erdman, his first. First shot from Ortwine is good. That's his first point of the night. Blake Burdick summoned off the bench. The sophomore forward checks in for the first time tonight. Second shot from Ortwine is up and good. Ortwine goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And another substitution as Andrew Vi checks back in for Northern Lebanon. 15-11 our score. The clock is not going. And now it finally is. I wonder if the referees will see that, if we'll get 10 free seconds of basketball. Back to action now off the missed shot. Ditzler manages to keep. His pass given into Garney. Garney down low to Sellers. The fadeaway doesn't go. Rebound collected under the cup. That doesn't fall either. And eventually collecting the rebound is Carter Moyer. Here he comes the other way. Disrupted, keeps it alive in the corner. Gives to Clemmer. Back to Moyer. Moyer stripped. It rolls on the floor. And right here in the broadcast booth, so I'll get a little bit of the action right here and give it to the referee. 15-11 our score. 3:37 left to go here in the second. And even though the score is only a 2-possession lead right now for the Dutchman, you feel like the lead psychologically is a lot stronger. So this one goes to Ditzler. He gives ahead to Peters. Peters trying to roar on in, and he did step out of bounds, tried to sell it. As this will go out of bounds and will belong to the Vikings. Both teams, a lot of turnovers early on in this one, but the Dutchmen have forced a lot more of them, whereas when they get to that other side of the floor, perhaps being a little too careless with the ball, but they want to get that inside scoring. As this one goes out, and they'll say last touch off a Dutchman. Didn't seem like it from our table here in the corner, but either way, it will be Northern Lebanon basketball. Toss goes all the way out to Clemmer. He's at the top. Now to the near side, Vi. Vi gives back to Clemmer. Clemmer looks back to Vi. Vi sees an avenue, drops it off in the middle. The fadeaway, no good. Rebound collected, and they will call jump ball. And the possession arrow stays with Northern Lebanon. Good job there by Bryce Martin, who had the wherewithal to just get his hands on the basketball. Frees up play. Now a corner three. It's there! Andrew Vi connects from the corner. And that gets the Vikings back within one, so that jump ball ends up being costly. Here's Haig trying to get that one away, and before he could get the pass out, timeout, Annville Cleona. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it with you here. I want to remind you folks that LebcoSports.com serves as the leading source for Lebanon County athletic news. Their mission is simple: to celebrate our local athletes. We'd like to thank them and Dan Rao for their support this season, and we'd also like to thank YG Productions for making our coverage possible in our first season. Whether you're looking for photos or videos to remember your big event or want to stream live to your fans, YG Productions has you covered. They will put in the time and effort required to make your project something special. Visit their website and see their portfolio at ygproductions.org. Let's go ahead and get another look at that three ball off the corner. So again, this was a jump ball that started all of this, and then off the inbound, the toss, and it was right there through the hoop for Vi, a big bucket that he needs. As the passing has looked a little crisper here from Northern Lebanon here in the second. But still the Dutchman on top, and on cue, they come away with a turnover. It's Vi leading the charge through the paint. Puts it, oh, he's denied up high! James Garney says no! Let's get a look at that block again. As you can see, Vi charging on through, went up, and just a denial by Garney. All ball with that strong right hand. This one put up, no good, but the foul is on the floor, the official says. So the foul is against Annville Cleona. It's against Ortwine, which is his first, but they say the foul was before the shot, so it results in just possession for the Vikings. Toss goes to the top, 3-ball on the way, off the base of the rim, no good. Taken away by Ditzler. Dutchman head the other way. It's Peters charging through the paint. Peters trying to put it up, no good. Rebound collected, put up again, still no good. Another rebound, and James Garney yet again already in double digits, leading the way with 10 points. And a whistle after the play. As if the JV game that was a 20-point plus blowout delaying us wasn't enough of a weird circumstance. Another mystery stoppage, but either way, things are sorted with 2:10 left to go here in the second. 17-14, Annville Cleona on top, but Northern Lebanon have always stayed close. Getting down low, tough shot blocked again by James Garney. He gives out to Ditzler. Ditzler trying to go one-on-one with Vi. Gets the avenue, tosses it down low. With it is Peters. Peters, and it's tied up. Jump ball, and that possession arrow should go the way of the Dutchman, and it does with a $1:48 left to go here in the second. Some substitutes rise off the bench, dueling 11s. Christian Onspach for Northern Lebanon, and Levi Custer, the 6'2 sophomore, checking in for the first time tonight for the Dutchman. Custer, and his pass taken away. It's Vi the other way, and this time he makes sure the layup rolls on in. Give him 5 on the night, and he puts his Vikings back within 1. 95 seconds left to go here before the halftime break. Ditzler, toss finds Garney. Garney on the perimeter, looks, and his pass stolen. It's again Vi the other way. Vi with traffic, drops it off, put up, and great assist there from Vi to set up Ryan Clemmer on the layup, and the Vikings lead 18-17 with a minute and change left to go before the half. Ditzler takes it up the floor, gives now to Ortwine. Ortwine looks, throws the elbows a little bit, and work it around. Ditzler on that far side. Under a minute to go. He gives into the corner for Custer. Custer sheltered off, gets it away to Garney. Garney off a screen, looks. He's double teamed, but a timeout, I believe, was called by Annville Cleona. So we'll keep it with you here, as we want to thank Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster for sponsoring our inaugural season of Lebco Sports Live coverage, serving the bone, joint, and muscle needs of the region since 1972. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster provides experienced, specialized orthopedic care to Lancaster and the surrounding communities, with convenient locations in Lancaster, Lebanon, Spooky Nook, Willow Street, and Ephrata. Working as a team with each patient, their experts deliver personalized treatment and support that always puts patients first. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is proud to offer accessible, compassionate care close to home. As the area's first walk-in orthopedic urgent care facility, they understand how critical and timely care is after an injury. Orthopedic urgent care offers prompt evaluation, diagnosis, and often immediate treatment by orthopedic specialists, eliminating the need for an emergency room visit. No appointment is necessary, and most insurances are accepted. So out of the timeout, 47.5 left on the clock. Dutchmen have the ball. Head coach Jason Coletti drawing up the play for his team. As Ortwine will inbound. Every single bucket that the Dutchmen have had tonight, it's been tough. A lot of grit underneath the cup as that pass goes to Ortwine on the far side. Ortwine in the middle, just getting it with Sellers. Gives it away. The shot no good from Garney. And the Vikings come away with a rebound. 32 seconds. They can make this the final shot if they want. Instead, they try to work quickly. It's just kept alive. Vikings work it around. With it now is Vi. Now the Vikings will settle in. Dutchman again with that 2-3 zone. 15 seconds on the clock. 12 seconds left. Vi with it at the top. 10 seconds. Vi with it. 6 seconds. Vi gives to Erdman. Erdman with a deep three. It misses the cup, and that one will go out of bounds. But hold on a second. Ortwine stepped out with the ball in his hand, so I don't think this quarter is over. Or is it? The referees will stand there. It certainly seemed like Ortwine had a little bit of a moment of forgetfulness, but either way, it's 18-17 Northern Lebanon at the half. Well, we'll go ahead and step aside for a break, come back with second half action for you here in just a bit, right here on Lebco Sports Live. Welcome you back here to Northern Lebanon High School here in Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania, the site of this Lancaster Lebanon Section 4 matchup between the Northern Lebanon Vikings and the Annville Cleona Dutchman. 18-17 our score in favor of the Vikings. Let's take a look at how exactly we got here. As we didn't see much offense through these first two quarters, but it was the Dutchmen who were really firing early on, as there was Ditzler making a huge three, and it seemed like all the momentum was going Annville Cleona's way at that point. A couple more great buckets as, again, Ditzler hits from beyond the arc on that wing. It was a smooth shot. Don't typically see that a lot from Annville Cleona. We saw a lot more of stuff from the inside. Again, Ditzler just right there on the inbound, automatic from beyond the arc. And then we saw this on the other side with Northern Lebanon. This was a huge play off a jump ball to get the Vikings back within one that eventually led them to retaking that lead. You can see almost kind of the hesitation, no-look pass from Urban that give Andrew Vi a huge bucket. He had been a big player early on for Northern Lebanon. And how about this huge block going up and smacked down by James Garney. He currently leads the way with 10 of Annville Cleona's 17 points. The rest of the scoring looks like this. Ditzler with 3, Sellers with 2, and Ortwine with 2. Garney also had a couple of blocks to his name as well. For Northern Lebanon, the scoring has been divided. Andrew Vi and Cale Urban with 5, Bryce Martin with 4, Ryan Clemmer with 2, and Carter Moyer with 2. In terms of foul trouble, Northern Lebanon were getting a lot of whistles against them in that first quarter. Ryan Clemmer and Bryce Martin both have 2 fouls. Erdman, Onspach, and Vi each have 1. For Annville Cleona, they've been playing a clean game so far. Only Danny Shea, James Garney, Hudson Sellers, and Max Ortwine all just have 1 foul to their names so far. And both these teams used to a little bit more scoring at this point. For Northern Lebanon, they're used to pretty 50-50 ball games, averaging 56 points for, 58 points against. For Annville Cleona, scoring's been hard to come by, averaging only 38.7 points a game, but they've also let up 54.6. So the fact that we're under 20 at the half, it's a bit surprising. Again, Annville Cleona started this game with a 2-3 zone that Northern Lebanon had a lot of difficulty trying to figure out, but since then they've managed to break it. I have to imagine head coach Frank Wilson Jr. in that huddle is talking about what he needs to see from his team, maybe trying to get a little bit more cuts to the inside. That perimeter was not working for them until about halfway through the second quarter, but it's a big part about why they are back in this ball game. 18-17 our score. It will be the Vikings to inbound here to start the third frame of action. Referee signals, and we're underway with the third quarter here from Northern Lebanon. And already unloading a corner 3 off the side of the glass. Not the best look there from Northern Lebanon. Getting it is Bryce Martin. He'll settle things now. Now gives to Erdman. Erdman trying to cut to the inside. Gets that one out with a nifty pass. It finds Vi. Vi spots up the 2. Outside, no good. And Ditzler comes away with a rebound. Dutchman would love to regain the lead to open up this second half. Pass to the outside, it's Peters. Gives off to Ditzler. Ditzler, sensing pressure, gives to Peters here on the near side wing. On the inside with it is Sellers. He'll put it up, and he'll have to settle for 2 from the line. And already, again, Northern Lebanon opening up another quarter with a foul, and that's not good. It's Bryce Martin with his 3rd. So Vikings will have to watch the whistles going forward, as Sellers, he was our player to watch entering this one as he gets that first shot to rattle on home. As a lot of eyes have been on him from the Vikings defense, but he hasn't really been able to find his shot. Perhaps all the attention on Sellers has opened up the game for Garney, as the second shot does not fall. A 1-2 trip for Sellers. As already, here come the Vikings the other way. The tough bucket from Moyer doesn't fall. And a player is slow to get up behind the play. That's Lane Peters for Annville Cleona, as he could not join his team on the fast break. He came up holding his leg. He's got a little grimace, but he's walking just fine. He'll get checked out by the athletic trainer, and that'll force a substitution out of the Dutchman bench. The fact that he was able to walk gingerly back to the bench was at least a good sign. With it now is Ortwine. Ortwine gives to Sellers. Sellers fakes one way, goes the other. Gives to Ditzler at the top. Ditzler looks, now finds Ortwine here on the near side wing. Ortwine looks, gives on the inside to Garney. Garney, a double team bunt and back, manages to get the pass away. Ortwine settles things down. Now to Ditzler on the far side wing. Ditzler trying to charge on through, puts up the underhand shot, couldn't get the finish. Rebound collected by Ditzler. 3-ball on the way, and the bucket won't count as there was a whistle before the shot. Not really sure what exactly the call was. Max Ortwine was already on the other half of the court. He didn't realize that Ditzler came away with the rebound. So either way, it's a possession now going to the Vikings. And again, that 2-3 zone here from Annville Cleona. Pass on the inside, intercepted by Garney. Aired out to Sellers, drops it off down low. Shot is up, and it bounces on in for Danny Shea. Here comes Moyer. Gives to the far side, Erdman. Thought about it, gives to Moyer at the top. Trying to drop it down low on the inside. Now back out. Moyer at the top yet again. Finds Erdman. He thought about it. Will try and free himself up. Erdman back to Moyer. On the inside, turnaround shot, no good. Rebound collected by Clemmer. His fadeaway doesn't go. Rebound fought for and taken away. Here come the Dutchmen the other way, and that pass broken up, and it was last off the fingertips of Danny Shea. So the ball will go back to the Vikings. Substitution as Christian Onspach will check back in for Northern Lebanon. 20-18 our score. We haven't seen either team break away. If I recall correctly, the biggest lead belonged to the Dutchmen at just 4. Otherwise, it's been a close game for these two teams. The records would have you think otherwise. Martin gives back to the top. Thinking about it was Vi. He gets it back at the top. Vi fakes the pass, looks, now gives to the near side wing. Vi back at the top, fakes the swing, fakes it again, trying to drop it off down low, gets his miss, gives it to the corner. 3-ball on the way, count it from Bryce Martin. A huge corner 3, and that gives the Vikings a 21-20 lead with 4:58 left in the third. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll go ahead and step aside for you real quick. Look at that 3. It was juggled but collected in the corner, and a great finish that takes away what could have been a broken play. And we'll go ahead and step into a commercial break. Be right back for you here on Lebco Sports Live.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Until it isn't. This holiday season, when an unexpected accident happens, turn to urgent care at OAL for immediate access to orthopedic specialists, quick evaluations, and on-site x-rays and MRIs.
Is it going?
Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, getting you back in the holiday mood.
Out of the Vikings timeout, 21-20 our score with under 5 minutes left to go here in the third. The pendulum continues to swing back and forth between these two teams. On the inside, and a travel call on Garney before he could get the shot away. He puts his hands up in frustration. As the way this game has gone, there's been a lot of turnovers, but that last turnover could be crucial. Both these teams haven't established a scoring run just yet, but it could start here with the top of the key 3. It's in for Andrew Vi. Went right down Main Street on that 3-ball, and here he is disrupting the play. But it goes out of bounds. It will remain Dutchman basketball. We'll get ahead another look at that shot from Vi. He just saw it right down the chute with that fake pass, got Ditzler to bite on it, and hammered it home. It's a 2-possession lead now for the Vikings as Ditzler responds with a beautiful floater through the paint. Gets the Dutchman back within 2, and already here come Northern Lebanon the other way. Underneath the cup, that one doesn't go. Fought for underneath, and the foul will go against Northern Lebanon. The foul here, we'll see who it's against. It's Andrew Vi. That should be his second, and it is. As a substitution as Cale Erdman checks back in. Pass goes to Ditzler. Back and forth with Ortwine. Now some full court pressure here from the Vikings, but the Dutchmen break it underneath the cup, putting it up. No good on the bucket. Out of bounds, and again off the hands of Danny Shea. It will be another Vikings possession. As Christian Onspach checks back in for the Vikings. 3:57 left to go here in the third. Still just a one-possession ball game. Vi with it at the top. 2-3 zone established yet again from the Dutchman. Into the corner. 3 ball on the way. Off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for. Collected by Northern Lebanon. And how did that shot get through from Carter Moyer? It just erupted out of a sea of red. And gets the Vikings back up by 4. Ditzler trying to fight through the contact, through the paint, puts another floater up. That one can't fall. And it's collected there from Onspach. And here come the Vikings the other way. Erdman on the far side wing, gives into the corner, swinging through his Moyer. He'll put another one up too strong. Ortwine the rebound for the Dutchman. He gives to the top. Here comes Garney in transition, and an offensive foul against Garney. He can't believe it. He was mid-celebration, and the referee had to spoil the fun. Hands on head this time around as he tries to plead his case. So we'll go ahead and get another look at it. It was a beautiful passing play. You see Garney, and again, just leading in. Not sure if the defender was set there. It was right in the motion of being set, but I don't think he was established. Referee says otherwise, and a beautiful fast break bucket is wiped off the board. 26-22, Vikings on top. Pass to the far side, Erdman's 3 on the way. No good on the line drive attempt. Rebound collected by Onspach. He's blocked, but that will result in a foul, and he will shoot 2 from the line. Foul goes against Sellers. That's his second. It's just the second foul committed by the Dutchman in the quarter. And they'll say Onspach to the line. Only one trip to the foul line. That was Cale Erdman. He was 0 for 1 in that trip as Onspach misses the first. Zari Hogue checks back in for Annville Cleona. Second shot up, and that one falls. So a 1 of 2 trip for Onspach. It's his first point of the night. Puts his team up by 5 with 2:45 left to go here in the third. Here's Hogue, gets a man out of his shoes, thought about it, goes through the paint, and on the carry, he slams the ball in frustration. That's going to be a technical. Unfortunate for Hogue. His frustrations got the better of him, and it will cost his team. So to shoot the technical free throws is Moyer. As Hogue, you can see just a temporary moment where his emotions got the better of him as Moyer misses the first. Second shot up, and that one falls. So a 1 of 2 trip for Moyer. And that will result in possession as well for the Vikings. They're up by 6 now, 28-22, 2:39 left here in the third. The biggest lead for either team so far in tonight's action. Pass down low into the corner, now inside. That shot disrupted, might have been a block. Either way, Dutchmen get it back. Ditzler with it, breaks the timeline. Gives the pass to the far side wing. On the inside now, it's Sellers. Sellers Gives it to Garney. Garney double teamed, puts it up, gets it to go. James Garney picking up where he left off in the first half. Give him 12 of the 24 points for the Dutchman. Big bucket there for Annville Cleona. They need to get back in this. 2 minutes left to go. Pass down low. And that one taken away by Ditzler. It falls. Another turnover goes the way of Annville Cleona. Ditzler trying to get that one in. It was deflected, put up, and Garney will shoot 2 from the line. Foul goes against Brandon Hoffer. That's just his first. The third against the Vikings so far, and Garney is 2 of 2 from the line. He had a couple of and ones that he converted back in the first half. His first shot is up and good. Second shot up, and that one falls as well. Give Garney 14 on the night. He's a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and he's got his team back within one possession. 28-26 our score. $1:40 left to go here in the third. 3 ball from the corner, in and out of the rim, taken away by Ditzler. He's leading the charge through the paint. The Euro step puts it up. No good. Rebound collected by Sellers. Off the glass and good. Hudson Sellers. And a 6-point deficit has been erased. We're tied again at 28 apiece with $1:20 left to go here in the third. Faking the three was Erdman, and a hand check foul against Annville Cleona. That'll be their 4th foul. Goes against Lane Peters. That's just his first. Dutchmen have been very good on the discipline side of things. Only a couple of players with 2 fouls to the name, Garney and Sellers. Everybody else has been playing a very clean game while still forcing a good number of turnovers. And there's another one right on cue. It falls to the floor. Sellers collects it and gets the pass away to Ditzler. Ironclad defense here from Annville Cleona. Ditzler gets through, gives it to Sellers. Rising on up, kissed it at the cup, but couldn't get it to fall. Erdman is tied up. And there's a whistle here, so Ditzler, I believe, will pick up his first, and that is going to result in free throws as we'll get another look at the foul. You can see Sellers rising up in and out of the rim, and then Ditzler will kind of tie up Erdman with that right arm, and obviously the head fake, too, will always help to sell it. So Erdman will shoot 2 from the line. He was 0 of 1 in an earlier trip tonight. Opportunity, though, to put his team in the lead with under a minute left to go here in the third. First shot up and in. Give Erdman 6. He's got 7 entering his hands right now, and an opportunity to put his team up by 2. Shot is up, and it's good. Erdman goes 2 of 2. He is 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. 30-28 our score. Ditzler gets past his man, gives to Sellers. Now the near side wing, back down low for Garney. Garney is triple teamed and draws a foul. We'll see if this results in shooting. Garney is stepping to the line like it will. Onspach with his second, and it does not result in shots. It is possession with Ortwine to inbound. Ortwine finds Ditzler at the top. To the near side wing, Peters on the inside. Garney down low to Sellers, puts it up. Couldn't get the roll, and the rebound collected underneath by Carter Moyer. He'll lead the way. Gives to the outside, it's Vi. Vi collects it off the floor. Gives it back out to Moyer. 23 seconds left. Northern Lebanon will wait to take the final shot of the quarter. Already up by 2. Would love to make it a 2-possession ball game. Heading into the final frame, it goes to Erdman. 12 seconds left. Erdman with it at the top. 10 seconds left. Erdman starting to move a little bit. 6 seconds left. Erdman thinks about giving to the near side wing, and he does. That one put up off the elbow, no good. And that one will be collected at the buzzer. The Vikings holding on to a 2-point lead as we get one more look at the impressive play from the Vikings, and the stops down low by the Dutchmen right now have them on top. Here in this one, down low, that shot put up by Garney. What a game he's been having. Give him 14 on the night, leading the way for the Dutchmen, but right now they are down by 2 to these Northern Lebanon Vikings. We'll go ahead and step aside for a quick break. Be right back for you here on Lebco Sports Live.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
Welcome you back here to Lebco Sports Live, our coverage of Lank Leb's Section 4 action between the Northern Lebanon Vikings and the Annville Cleona Dutchmen. Right now the Dutchmen down by 2 in what has been a defensive battle throughout. Neither team has been able to break away. The highest lead has been 6 as Ditzler throws that one up, no good. Sellers the rebound, gives back to Ditzler. He'll put another one up. That one rolls out, collected by Carter Moyer. He leads the way, trying to get through the paint, and another takeaway, but it's given right back to Northern Lebanon. Ditzler almost came away with a steal there. Instead, it's the Vikings off the glass, no good. Rebound collected again by James Garney. Sellers at the top. They work it around the perimeter. Sellers now down low, off the glass and good. Hudson Sellers with a huge second half, and has gotten this one tied up with 7 minutes left to go. Far side wing, now back to the top. Vi, inside shot, no good. Rebound collected by the Dutchman. Ditzler with it. Toss goes to Garney, and it's taken away. Trying to go the other way is Vi on the outside now in. Puts it up and good to go. Andrew Vi, the first Viking to enter double digits. That bucket gives him 10 of Northern Lebanon's 32 points on the night. Full court pressure here from the Vikings. The Dutchman able to break it. Sellers looks, gives back to Ditzler. Ditzler looks, gives on the inside to Sellers again. Sellers down low. That one was just touched out on the line by Lane Peters. If he had let that go, it would have been out of bounds, but it was just touched by him on the line. And this game, on paper, didn't seem like it was going to be this razor thin. But, man, what a contest it has been throughout. And hopefully we'll have an exciting finish. A moving zone here from the Dutchman. It stymied Northern Lebanon. These two teams scored a combined 10 points, 5 aside in the first quarter. Since then, the scoring has thankfully opened up. Swing on the inside through the paint, dropped off down low. The shot is up and in. Bryce Martin off a fantastic feed. It's a 2-possession lead for the Vikings. Ditzler at the top. Trying to work off a screen, gives to Sellers, back to Ditzler. Ditzler looks, gives to the near side Peters. On the inside, Sellers sees an avenue, puts it up, doesn't get the shot to fall. Rebound collected by Vi. Trying to toss that one down low, it was disrupted, and they will say out of bounds. That ball belongs to Annville Cleona. Substitution as Cale Erdman checks back in for the Vikings. I want to remind you folks that we'd like to thank YG Productions for making our coverage possible in our first season. Whether you're looking for photos or videos to remember your big event or want to stream live to your fans, YG Productions has you covered. They will put in the time and effort required to make your project something special. Visit their website and see their portfolio at ygproductions.org. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll go ahead and step aside for a quick break and be right back for you here on Lebco Sports Live.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Until it isn't. This holiday season, when an unexpected accident happens, turn to urgent care at OAL for immediate access to orthopedic specialists, quick evaluations, and on-site x-rays and MRIs.
Is it going?
Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, getting you back in the holiday mood.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast.
Welcome you back here to Northern Lebanon High School here in Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. The site of this Lancaster-Lebanon Section 4 matchup between the Vikings and the Annville Cleona Dutchman. Ben Shadow alongside our fantastic live streaming crew. We're in for a good one. 34-30 our score. The Vikings on top. Head coach Jason Coletti of the Dutchman using his second to last timeout to talk things over with his team. As neither one of these teams has been able to break away. The largest lead has been 6. It's been shared by either team. And when one of them goes up, the other one ties things up. Have to see how influential this timeout taken by Coletti can be on his team. They've been coming up with a lot of turnovers. Their offense has not been great all season, but an opportunity to try and break their 9-game losing streak against the Vikings. Northern Lebanon looking to kind of keep pace with Lank Leb Section 4 play and get even in divisional play as Sellers puts that one up. No good. Rebound. Garney fights it out. 3-ball from the top. Doesn't fall. Rebound collected by Ryan Clemmer of the Vikings. Here he goes the other way. Clemmer drops it off into the corner. And a timeout now taken by Northern Lebanon. It'll be of the 60-second variety, and we'll go ahead and step aside for another quick break. Be right back for you here on Lebco Sports Live.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
Welcome you back here to Northern Lebanon High School. Some of the highlights from tonight, there's been a lot, but on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, as these two teams, it's been that kind of night, back and forth between both sides, as Northern Lebanon and Annville Cleona continue to duke it out here at Northern Lebanon High School here in Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. Bryce Martin with a nice finish there on the layup. One of the many buckets that he's had tonight. He has 9 points, the second leading scorer for the Vikings behind Andrew Vi. He has 10. Right now, 34-30 our score. Both coaches with one timeout remaining in the last 4:45 of regulation. 34-30 our score with the Vikings on top. An opportunity to regain what was the largest lead between these two teams at 6 points. And nobody has been able to break it wider than that. Toss to the far side, 3-ball on the way, connects! And it's Cale Erdman. He enters double figures. And what a huge bucket for Northern Lebanon. Now they're up by 7 with 4 and change left to go in regulation. Ditzler trying the quick response. He's disrupted, bodies flying, ball on the floor. Ditzler has it in the corner and will settle things down. Drawing a double team, it's poked free, falls to the floor, and a travel violation against Ditzler. Could have been an argument for a foul. Instead, it goes to the Vikings, who can really break this game wide open if they get a bucket on this possession. It's Carter Moyer with it. Moyer gives into the corner. Thinking about it was Vi. The fadeaway, and it falls for Andrew Vi. What a bucket for him. Acrobatics and then some. And his team are now up by 9. Ditzler is fouled on the way up. It's the first foul of this fourth quarter, if you can believe it. Goes against Vi, that is his third. Go ahead and get another look at it. As you can see, Ditzler coming up, and Vi kind of already had one arm on his back, reached the other one around in front, That'll get a call out of the referee each time. But that is just our first foul of the fourth quarter. A lot of whistles early on. They've settled down here in the fourth. They're letting the boys play as that one deflected, taken away by Clemmer. Here he comes, dropping it off down low. That one put up, and that'll be 2 from the line. First foul against Annville Cleona here in the fourth quarter. Go ahead and get another look at it. Goes against Peters. That's his second. Because you can see a possible call for a foul here is Ditzler. Oh, there was a two-hand check from Erdman as he was trying to get that pass away. As the first shot from Vi did not go, remains 39-30. Second shot is up, and that one falls for Vi. He's 1 of 2 from the line tonight. Puts his team up by 10 with 3:15 left to go in regulation. Annville Cleona were hanging with these Vikings all throughout, but this fourth quarter has been all Northern Lebanon. And Sellers pushed his man down to the floor, was looking at the referee, was expecting a whistle, and that might have messed up his shot. As the Vikings with it now with 3 minutes left to go. Annville Cleona cannot afford any more empty possessions. They need points. Vi gives it back out to Clemmer. Northern Lebanon, they can happily work the clock. No need to come away with points at this juncture. They get it down low. Shot put up off the glass, no good. Ortwine comes away with the rebound. Ditzler with it. He gives to Ortwine. 2.5 left to go. Dutchman need points and quick. On the inside, now out. Sellers trying to work up the baseline. Ortwine here in the corner. Ortwine, not a lot of real estate to work with. That pass kept alive. On that far side wing, now back to the top. Ditzler on the inside. Garney trying to put it up, and he's fouled. And Annville Cleona will be happy with that, shooting with the clock stopped at 2:12. Foul goes against Bryce Martin, and that is his 4th. So the first player for either team to really enter into foul trouble as Garney steps to the line. He's a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. First shot is up, and the broadcaster's curse comes to life as always as he misses the first. Substitution for Northern Lebanon as Brandon Hoffer checks back in. Garney leading the way for the Dutchman with 14 of their 30 points. 15 in his hands right now. His shot goes up, and the second one falls. So he's still 5 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. That one goes out and will stay with the Vikings. That was an awkward inbounds to say the least. Svai checks back in. So 40-31 our score, 2:08 left. Dutchman needs stops and points as they put on the full court pressure. Vikings able to break it. Faking the three was Erdman, and that was a smart move. Right now the clock is Northern Lebanon's friend. Erdman at the top still putting on some moves. Nobody challenging him just yet. Now finally somebody gets in his face. He gives off to Moyer. And now finally a foul from the Dutchman. Goes against Danny Shea, his second. As summoned off the bench is Lane Peters for Annville Cleona. Again, both coaches with one timeout in their back pockets with a $1:48 left to go here in regulation. They get the inbound away, but in open space, nobody home. Ditzler trying to work his way through the scoop, in and out. Rebound collected, the fadeaway, and that will send Danny Shea to the line. Foul goes against Vi. That's his 4th. So we take another look. Ditzler goes up. That scoop was in and out. And then the collection and then just too much contact. Nothing that Vi could really do. He just was in the wrong place at the wrong time as the first shot rattles in for Shea. Gets his team back within 8. Second shot is up. And it's a high bouncer, no good. 1 of 2 trip for Danny Shea. And a foul against John Ditzler right off the inbound. That's his second, team's third. Onspach on the inbound. He looks, gives in the backcourt to Vi. Vi putting on some moves from Ditzler, who almost came away with a steal, but instead is hit with his third foul, team's fourth. Have to imagine Annville Cleona will try and send Northern Lebanon to the free throw line in the remaining 94 seconds of this one. Again, we take another look at this foul given back, and Ditzler, you can see, eventually works around and almost had it, but if you don't come up with the ball in that circumstance, you're going to get hit with the foul, as he was there. Northern Lebanon with it, trying to wait out the clock. Give it onto the near side, Erdman, and he is fouled. So now we will have free throws throughout. Goes against Levi Custer, that's his first. So we have another look at it here as Erdman faked, and then, yep, there's the push. No doubt about it. So the Dutchmen are going to try and recruit the help of the free throw line to get back in this one. Erdman is 2 of 3 and shooting 2 here. His team right now up by 8. First shot, no good. Couple of substitutions off the Dutchman bench as Erdman has a little bit more time to think about this second shot to put his team up by 9. Second shot is up, and that one no good either. The rebound falls to the floor, and the Dutchmen come away with it. So perhaps a wrinkle here as that toss into the corner, kept alive by Shea. Shea gives on the inside to Garney. Garney is stripped from behind, but a foul call. And the Vikings have to be careful because that is now their 4th foul, so their next one will send the Dutchman to the line. Foul goes against Cale Erdman, just his second. As a substitution for the Vikings as Bryce Martin checks back in. They fake, put it inside, and Sellers gets it to go. And a timeout quickly taken on the floor by the Dutchman. We'll go ahead and step aside. Be right back for you here on Lebco Sports Live after this.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Until it isn't. This holiday season, when an unexpected accident happens, turn to urgent care at OAL for immediate access to orthopedic specialists, quick evaluations, and on-site x-rays and MRIs.
Is it going?
Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, getting you back in the holiday mood.
Thank you for.
Welcome you back here to Lebco Sports Live. Ben Chat here to bring you all the action from Northern Lebanon High School in Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. A good one on hand as the Dutchmen got themselves back within 6 with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go in regulation. I want to remind you folks that LebcoSports.com serves as the leading source for Lebanon County athletic news. Our mission is simple, to celebrate our local athletes. We'd like to thank them and Dan Rao for their support this season. We'd also like to thank Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster for being our scoreboard and player of the game sponsor. Thanks to them, all of our players of the game will win an Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster t-shirt and 2 free Lancaster Stormers tickets. Still hanging in the balance as to who exactly will join us here in the booth, as this game not over by any means, and we've got MVPs on both sides at the moment, but it's all about the finish as the Vikings try to get back to work. Vi heading up the floor, just dodging everybody, and he'll roll it out. As the Dutchmen are trying to foul, under 1 minute left to go, but nobody is fouling just yet. And now Ditzler, and that was a solid 10 seconds that the Dutchmen let go to waste. And will that prove costly in their comeback efforts? We will have to wait and see. As they send Vi to the line. Was 1 of 2 in an earlier trip. Right now leading the way for the Vikings with 13 points. First shot is up and rolls on in, so that gives him 14 on the night. A couple substitutes come on for both teams. Vi settles in at the charity stripe. Gets the ball to put his team back up by 8. Second shot up and good. 15 points for Andrew Vi. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Dutchmen have to go to work and quick. Half-court pressure here from Northern Lebanon. They get it out to Ditzler. He's double-teamed. Ditzler looks, tries to get that on the inside. It's taken away. Bryce Martin with a solid steal. And Sellers trying to foul as obvious as he can and finally gets the call. But with 42 seconds left, Northern Lebanon can essentially ice the game with these free throws here. As it brings Erdman back to the line. Erdman is 2 of 5 from the free throw. He made a recent trip and missed both. Erdman makes the first. Second one is up and good as well. Erdman comes up with 2 huge free throws to put his team back up by 10. Dutchman will need a miracle to try and get out of this one. Given to Sellers. Now to Ditzler. Ditzler, have to think he might try and shoot a 3 here, trying to work off a screen. Gives the far side wing now down low, off the glass and good for Danny Shea. Gets the Dutchman back with an 8, but the clock continues to run as a foul immediately by Max Ortwine. We'll go ahead and send Vi back to the line. He's 3 of 4 as we have another timeout taken by Northern Lebanon. Last timeout from both of these coaches. We'll keep it right here for you. As again, one more chance to thank Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster for sponsoring our inaugural season of Levco Sports Live coverage, serving the bone, joint, and muscle needs of the region since 1972. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster provides experienced, specialized orthopedic care to Lancaster and the surrounding communities with convenient locations in Lancaster, Lebanon, Spooky Nook, Willow Street, and Ephrata. Working as a team with each patient, their experts deliver personalized treatment and support that always puts patients first. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is also proud to offer accessible, compassionate care close to home. As the area's first walk-in orthopedic urgent care facility, they understand how critical and timely care is after an injury. Orthopedic urgent care offers prompt evaluation, diagnosis, and often immediate treatment by orthopedic specialists, eliminating the need for an emergency room visit. No appointment necessary, as most insurances are accepted. Vikings to inbound out of the timeout. Get it here to Moyer, who just dances along the line, gets that one up the court, and have to imagine that they will just dribble this one out, as the Dutchman will do one last foul from Levi Custer with 6.6 left. So we'll have at least one more free throw attempt, but you can essentially wrap this one up, as Northern Lebanon will improve to 6 and 8 on the year, 3 and 3 in Lank-Leb's Section 4 play. As Carter Moyer will step to the line once more. First shot up and no good. The Annville Cleona Dutchman will fall to 2 and 11 on the year, 1 and 5 in Lank-Leb Section 4 play. And they will continue their losing streak to 10 games. It's been a tough go at it for the Dutchmen in a game that they thought they were exceptionally close, as Moyer makes his second. For Northern Lebanon, their next game is January 14th against Williams Valley at home. A 7 p.m. tip for that one, as the last shot doesn't go. For Annville Cleona, their next game January 13th at Millersburg at 7 p.m. We'll go ahead and step aside, be right back with our player of the game right after this, right here on Lebco Sports Live.
Joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Until it isn't. This holiday season, when an unexpected accident happens, turn to urgent care at OAL for immediate access to orthopedic specialists, quick evaluations, and on-site x-rays and MRIs.
Is it going?
Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, getting you back in the holiday mood.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
Welcome you back here to Lebco Sports Live. Ben Shad here with our player of the game. It's number 23 for Northern Lebanon, Andrew Vi. Andrew, congratulations on the win tonight. You guys got off to a slow start. This Annville Cleona defense threw a lot at you guys. Take me through some of the struggles in that first quarter when it was only 5 points you guys got on the board.
Yeah, well, in the first quarter when it was only 5-5, we could not figure out the zone. We couldn't find ways to attack it or anything. They kept stopping us, but second quarter and right after halftime, I think we were good to go, and we were figuring ways to break the zone, get through, get in the paint, get the underneath guy. So we were making a lot more passes, and the defense-wise, we figured out a way to jump all the passes, and we were getting steal after steal after steal, which got us a lot of breakaway layups and the momentum going. So.
On paper, you guys were outmatched in terms of height. There were a lot of 6 foot even guys, 6'3", 6'6", and it showed early on that you guys tried. You did not want any part of the inside, but eventually you guys kind of got that fast break ball going. How exactly did you find those weaknesses or kind of bait the Dutchman into your guys' style of play and take control in the second half?
We kind of just realized that even though that they're 6 inches taller than us, they're taking tough shots no matter what. So we realized we just got to put our hands up and wall up and realize that we don't have to foul and just make them make tough shots. And also we took a lot of charges, so that helped a lot when they were rushing in the paint. Just being able to jump way higher than us and everything, just stay your feet and take a charge. So.
You guys are coming off a tough loss against Lancaster Mennonite, 59-22. How important was it to get a good bounce-back game against a weaker opponent in Annville Cleona tonight?
Oh, that felt great. That felt amazing, getting our butts whooped by Mennonite. But we got our get-back win against Annville, which I was super excited about that. We lost at their place last time, lost by 1. We should have never won. I mean, we should have never lost that game at all, but I'm very happy that we got our get-back tonight.
And you led the way in scoring for your Northern Lebanon Vikings team tonight with 15 points, including a 10-point surge in the second half. What felt right tonight that led your team to that victory and for you personally to get to that mark tonight?
I think the energy and the momentum, because I'd say in the last 4 or 5 games we just haven't been the same energy-wise, and we haven't had a lot of momentum, and we're just lackadaisical and stuff like that. So with the crowd being loud tonight and all the momentum going, I was able to keep getting steals and keep getting buckets and really keep going. So.
Well, Andrew, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your honor as the Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster Player of the Game. And here are your 2 tickets to a Lancaster Stormers game of your choosing. We owe you a T-shirt. We'll make sure we get that to you. But right now, enjoy this victory and enjoy the honor of being our Player of the Game tonight.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Folks, thank you all so much for tuning in here on Lebco Sports Live. We thank you all so much for tuning in for our fantastic live stream crew. I'm Ben Shad. Once again, the final score, Northern Lebanon take this one 46-38, and we'll see you next time right here on Lebco Sports Live.